Hello, my beautiful friends. How's everybody doing today? So today I thought we could go shop my freshly decluttered stash and bring down products I haven't used in a very long time. Now that all the chaos is gone, I can really see what's in my drawers. All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's just get started. Okay, there's still a lot of work to do in this beauty room, but this is what I got done so far. So we'll just be picking out from the drawers that I've already cleaned out. So I do need my eyelash curler, and this is the mascara brows. Over here are my drugstore ones. I also have not used this one by MAC, the Magic Extension. So let's try that one because I did not like that magnetic one. So this drawer is like my small palette, some primers, eye primers, all that good stuff. I think I'm going to use this as an eye primer because I haven't used this. Oh my gosh, and I don't know how long, maybe a year. And you know what? I also want to grab this because I rarely use this, and this is great for your inner corner. Yeah, these are all like my small palettes and stuff like that. And then this drawer are the palettes. So these are like my smaller palettes. You guys remember, or if you haven't seen, you need to see my eyeshadow palette, Declutter. I can't believe how many I got rid of, and I still have this many left. But I do have a palette in mind that I do want to use because I haven't used it forever. And then this drawer here are my lipsticks. I still haven't decluttered my lipsticks. If you guys are interested in that, I would love to show that to you, but I still have to do this. So I'm not going to include a lipstick in this video. I'm going to show you something different with lipstick. I already have some in mind I want to show you, but up here are all of my lip liners. There's more lipstick here. Yeah, it's a hot mess. So while we're up here, though, I do need a primer. So I do need like a pore filler. I've used all of these quite often on the channel. So I think I'm going to grab this. When I decluttered, I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot about my Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector. So I'm definitely going to grab this here. And then this drawer here, I'm pretty impressed with this drawer. This is my favorite one that I decluttered because this was just chaos. So I ended up putting all of my cream blushes in here. These are all my cream bronzers. So yeah, it just makes more sense now. So let's grab a bronzer, maybe one I haven't used in a very long time. Let's do the She Glam. I have not used this forever. And then for cream blush, I think I've used all of my e.l.f.s lately. I think I used this. So let's try the LYS. I do remember when I was decluttering, it felt a little dry. So I do want to see if this is still okay. Okay, down here are all my setting sprays, concealers, and some primers and foundations. So this makes actually more sense than it did. So it's a lot better. I think for a setting spray, I definitely want to use this because I have not used this forever. It's my collab. So we're definitely going to try that. Okay, and then for foundation, I definitely want to try this. I haven't used this forever. It's the Bounce Foundation. But yeah, I still have quite a bit left, but I did get rid of a lot because they were going bad. I mean, if you don't use your foundations in a long time, they do go bad. This is a great foundation, believe it or not. This one I used the other day, and I absolutely fell back in love with it. So, and this is super affordable. For pore filler, I think I'm going to use this here by Benefit. I hardly use this on the channel, but I think I wanted to use this here for concealer. I think, let's see what I have. Oh, this here, I know when I decluttered, I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't used that forever. It's the e.l.f. This is like a brightener. For concealer, what haven't I used in a very long time? How about the Charlotte Tilbury? Yeah, that I haven't used, I don't think, on the channel forever. But here are my bigger palettes. So this is definitely what I want to try, the Toffee Fusion. I used to love this palette, so I definitely want to bring this out. I kept the Tati. This I didn't have on the declutter, but I definitely keep in it. This is just something I will always have by BH. My Naughty palette, maybe I'll bring that out for the holidays. But yeah, all these are pretty much empty now. So I have room to purchase some more. Up here, I have all of my travel skincare, and it got, this looks so much better than it used to. This, I put on my eyelashes. I got rid of quite a bit of them because I don't wear lashes that often. Here are just some random stuff that I just can't fit over my beauty desk. So yeah, stuff that I definitely use, but it just didn't fit. So I put that over here. Down here, just some more stuff. Ooh, I do want to use this powder though, because I haven't used this forever, and I used to use this all the time, the kimchi. So let's grab that. And down here, just some more just random stuff. Okay, so now I do want to go through this. This is basically powders, a powder bronzer, stuff like that. So we already grabbed a powder, so we don't need that. Let's see here. And then for blush, I do want like a powder, a blush. Let's try this one by LA Girl. And I think that will go really good with the cream blush. Oh, I do want to show you guys this. I don't think I put this on the channel yet. The Huda Easy Bake. So let's grab that, the Easy Bake and Snatch. And I also want to show you guys this highlighter. I don't think I've used this on the channel. If I did, it was a long time ago. So I definitely want to bring this back on. I do need a powder bronzer. I've used my Milani quite a bit on there. I don't want to use my Believe Beauty because I might do a video on that. So this one I believe I've showed on the channel as well. I got it in one of my boxes. Oh, let's try the LYS one. I haven't used this bronzer in a very long time. So let's grab that. And then over here, this is all my nail stuff. Basically, but I ran out of room, and I love my Laura Geller, so she has like her own special little drawer here, and I do want to show you guys this eyeliner I just got. So it's really good. So all my Laura Geller is nice and organized in here. More powders, my Moira that just don't fit anywhere else, but I want it close by my desk. Okay, so this is everything. Let's head back downstairs and try all this stuff out. Okay, I think we did a very good job grabbing things that we haven't seen on this channel in a very long time, if at all. I'm super excited to dive back into that palette. I've mentioned before, I get very intimidated by large palettes, but I'm going to get out of my box and really try to use my bigger palettes because I actually really love these. So if you don't remember what this looks like, it looks like this, and I did check on Amazon. It's still available, and it's only like $13.99. So you get a lot to choose from for that, amount of money. I'm hoping that the formula is as great as I remembered, but I'm thinking almost of staying, oops, the wrong way. This area here, I really want to try that plum or purple. When I did my declutter, my eye just went directly right there. So I think that's what I want to do today. So let's start there and dive back into this palette. Okay, so the primer we grabbed here is the You Can Be, and I believe it came with this palette. I think it came with that and some brushes, but that was a little bit more money, but the palette itself is only like $13.99. And you know what? This has hardened up. I mean, it's completely hardened. I cannot get any product, so I'm going to have to run up and get a new one. So this does not last very long. This is about a year old maybe. As you can hear, it's completely hardened. Well, okay, that was a complete bummer. That's never happened. I've never had that happen to me over eye primer. So what I went upstairs and grabbed, it's this one here. I got it in one of my boxes. It's called Angel Eyes. I actually have two of these, so I do want to use this up. So I do know it's a little pricey. I did check into it, but like I said, I have two tubes of this, so I definitely want to use it. It's super pigmented. It's not too drying on my lids. It really conceals any discoloration, veins, or anything that shows. So I do remember liking it. The only problem or downside is that it is pricey. Okay, so let's head into this You Can Be a palette. And again, this is called, let's see, a Toffee Fusion. So yeah, very nice palette. I used it on my daughter-in-law when she was on the channel. So that brings back some memories and I am missing them terribly. And I don't think I mentioned, oh no, I did mention before, I don't know when I'm going to see them again because we're not going to see them for the holidays for sure. So I'm just so sad. I'm getting kind of sad and missing them terribly. Okay, so what I think I'm going to go into first is actually this shade here. I had mentioned in a previous video that I have kind of changed the placement or how I'm applying my eyeshadow, and I've just been enjoying it more because as you can see here, I have pretty hooded eyes, and yeah, a lot of the skin is just getting worse. So I am finding if I start with a deeper or a darker shade, and draw that exactly where I want that shade to be seen, I'm just enjoying my eyeshadows a lot better. I'm going to change my mirror here. I have my 10 times. It's just very magnifying, and I'm seeing things I don't want to see. Anyway, so as you can see how high I have taken that, but right now I'm just kind of outlining where I want that to go. Now I'm just going to blend that out just slightly. I'm moving that, my brush is aiming upward and I'm moving like towards my eyebrow, but keeping it pretty focused in this area because I do want to use some other shades. But yeah, as you can see, I've done that. Now I'm going to move into a more fluffy brush and just go back into that same shade and just fill in these little empty spaces here. And I'm not going to worry too much about filling it in, excessively because I am going to be laying down a shimmer. So I really don't have to focus on filling in too much of those empty spaces. But yeah, you'll get the idea. And this is what I've been doing. And like I said, loving it a lot more. Okay, so where I think I'm going to go now, this is where it gets a little complicated for me. This shade looks interesting. It looks pretty gray though, but maybe mixed with that purple, it will turn a pretty nice shade. So I'm just going to place just a little bit on my brush and just go right here on this outer portion of that plum or purple and just really kind of blend those two together. And let's see what it comes up with. So I'm just doing like a little circular motion right at the edge there with a very light hand. And I'm going to sweep a little bit of that darker shade into my inner corner and just drag that along just slightly. Yeah, that's working out really well, actually. I'm super happy that it's not like this bright gray. I did not want that. I just wanted something to really soften that purple or plum shade. Now with that same brush, I'm going to really clean it off. So I'm taking off any of that gray that was on there. And now I am just going to really diffuse both of those shades and really just create a softness. Okay, so after looking at this, I think I'm actually going to go back into that purple, and I am just going to deepen this up just a little bit. And it's also going to create a little dimension because that gray really almost changed it a different shade, as you can see, but it's still super pretty. So yeah, when you do it backwards like I'm doing, that can sometimes happen where the shade completely changes, but sometimes it could be an interesting thing and just make a lot of dimension to the look. But now I am going to go into this shade here in the upper corner, and it's more like a bone shade, and I'm just going to place it on this type of brush here. Just go along the brow bone here. Really just lighten that area up. Okay, so now I'm going to be using my NYX glitter glue. I've been using this a lot. I see Jen Phelps, she does it all the time, and it really does help your shimmer stay in place and all, not all that glitter just flying around. So I am just going to place that all across my eyelid here and up into the crease a little bit. Now you got to be very careful with this glitter glue because with me, I find if I place too much, I can get a little bit of creasing. Okay, there are so many shimmers in here. I really honestly have no idea what I'm going to do. But this one, where am I at? This one right here, it's kind of in that same area where I was. So maybe this one would go really well. So let's start there. And it's deep enough to where I think that is going to match this look pretty good. So I'm actually going to place that on this outer edge. I don't know. That could have been a mistake because this is almost like I guess, a rose gold. But we will see. I'm actually just going to blend that all across my lid. But it is super pretty. I really love that shade. I just think for this look, it's kind of getting thrown off. So I'm just going to take a brush and just kind of blend that in here. So I do want to lighten this up a little bit. Yeah, I think that shade just kind of threw it off. It was just very deceiving. So what I think I'm going to do is go into this lighter shade right here and see if that can kind of change the look a little bit. And I'm just going to go right over top of that and see if we just can calm that. I guess, I don't know. Yeah, I think it's just too rosy. I was wanting something, I guess, a little bit more plum looking. So actually what I think I'm going to do now is go into this shade here. But what I will say, this formula is really nice in these shadows. So I'm just going to place this more on the outer edge. Okay, I think it's just an interesting look, but maybe once all the makeup is on, this look will really come together. That has happened to me several times where I'm like, I don't know about this, but it turns out being okay. So I'm just going to do everything on this eye and then we'll move on. Yeah, what I can remember from this palette before is a lot of the shimmers are super deceiving. I think that was the problem I ran into when I used this palette before. So, yeah, that's the only bad or downfall or I guess negative thing about that palette. But other than that, it's super pretty and very blendable. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just clean up any fallout, which is very minimal. But also it does create like a little sharp edge for me to know where to place my eyeliner. Now the eyeliner we chose was the Laura Geller because this is actually new to me, but I have not used this on the channel. I love these little eyeliners. These are amazing. Now these are more like her cool type liners, so they're super pigmented. You got to be very careful because the next thing you know, you are using way too much product. So that's what I do love about it though. You know, very little is needed. They do blend really nice. And then once they dry down, they are down. You know, they're not going to go anywhere. So what I'm doing is just placing a little bit on my outer corner here. I'm going to take my handy dandy, my favorite little smudge brush here, and just kind of create a wing. And why I love using pencil liners more so now is they're just way more forgiving. They don't look too harsh. I don't have to have my, wing, perfect. So now what I'm going to do is just clean up this edge here. And you're going to see how nice that little wing is. And it just takes me a second. Had I used a felt tip liner, this could be a huge mess. So that's why I've been loving using, like a pencil, a liner. So again, I'm just going to place a little bit on this outer corner, drag a little bit across my lash line, take my little smudge brush here, create my wing. Okay, so what we picked up for, to fill the pores is the Professional by Benefit. So I do know I like this. I have used this several times, but I have not used it on the channel in a very long time. So I am just going to place that basically just in the T-zone. And I do find with these pore fillers, less is actually a little bit more. Sometimes the more that you use or if you use too much, it does interfere with the foundation. So I've been kind of light-handed with all these pore filling products. Okay, it does fill in the pores pretty darn good. And it does kind of blur out my fine lines. So that is pretty impressive. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, and then we did choose this because I have not used this in a hot minute. This is the Maybelline 4-in-1 Perfector. As you can see, I have used this quite often, where I used to use it almost every day. But I like using this more as a primer because it really does I don't know, it really does add a little bit of coverage to even out the skin. And I like applying it just like a primer. I do use my fingers, but also it really does keep my makeup on, lasting throughout the day. Okay, as you can see, it really did even out my skin tone. Honestly, on a day that I'm in a hurry, I could just use that and walk out the door with a little bit of powder and be very happy with how my complexion looks. Okay, and then for the foundation, we picked out this here by Beauty a Blender. It's the Bounce Foundation. I think I honestly have only used this on the channel maybe 2 times, and I think I'm being generous. So let me see what shade this is. I have not even looked at this in a very long time. The shade is a light 4. So I'm just going to place maybe 2 pumps on the back of my hand. Now, this I think came with one of those droppers that I cannot stand. So I get these little dispensers here on Amazon, and it always makes these kind of products so much more enjoyable. So let's see how the shade matches. Ooh, it looks kind of light, but that's okay. We will blend it out and we can darken it up with a bronzer. So, you don't need a lot because this is how much I have on the back of my hand, and I could just tell this is going to be plenty. And what I think I'm going to do is spray my face with my ColourPop Pretty Fresh. I like, spraying my face with some kind of, I don't know, setting spray or hyaluronic acid. I always talk when I'm doing this. And that just kind of moves the product around. And it also gives the foundation just a little bit more longevity throughout the day. So I use that or my D'Alba spray. And yeah, I do that almost every time that I use a foundation. Okay, so that blended in super fast. Okay, it is a little light for me, but that's okay. Like I said, we can really darken this up with some bronzer. Super happy that I brought that down because I have not used this in a hot minute. I will say it's not the most hydrating formula that I do have, but it's definitely not the driest either. So it looks actually very nice. I should have brought this out more in the summertime. I think I would have enjoyed it even more. But I think, with the winter coming, I would definitely have to use a lot of hydrating products with that if I want it to look as dewy as I like. Okay, and for concealer, we brought down a couple things. The first one here was this by e.l.f. This is like their brightening corrector. It's in a shade of peach, and it has like this really cool a brush tip on it. So let's see. I do remember really liking this, and I did not even want to declutter it because I do remember liking it so much. So I'm just going to place that where I do have some discoloration and, darkness, just to cover that up and brighten. And I am just going to use my finger to blend this in, and forgive my nails here. They are a hot mess. It is a nail week where I do my nails and my mother's. So I do have to do those either tonight or tomorrow because they are looking pretty shabby. As you could tell, that really did conceal a lot of the darkness under my eyes. Okay, and now we're going to be using the Charlotte Tilbury. I have not used this in a hot minute on my channel. And from what I remember about this concealer, I liked it. The only downfall was I think it does oxidize pretty bad. Okay, I got the shade Fair 4. So let's just place a little bit on the back of my hand, and we will see if this does oxidize. But other than that, I think I really did like how it looked under my eyes. I do like how it feels. It's super creamy. So again, I'm just going to place that on the outer corner and quite a bit on my inner corner. And I will show you what I've been doing lately with my concealers. I have changed that up just a little bit on the placement. And I am just going to place a little bit through these folds here because those are becoming quite prominent, and I do want to bring that forward. And also here on my outer corner, and I do have a line forming there. So that's why I do, put my concealer there a little bit just to bring all of that forward. Okay, but for this, I am going to blend it in with my Hot and Flashy BK brush here, and this is the concealer brush. I absolutely love it. So I'm basically just staying on the inner corner right now, Then I'm just going to drag it. As you can see, I'm way beneath my under eye, and just blend this up here. And the reason why I'm staying way below my under eye there is because I don't want a lot of that product in here, because I don't really have any discoloration, and the concealer really isn't going to conceal the wrinkles. So right now I'm just trying to make everything look a little bit more blended and together, and not so much concealing wrinkles, just discoloration. So now I'm just going to go and just kind of blend that in these little folds here. Okay, let's see if this did oxidize. So let's see here. And let's put that up here. Okay, so it did not. So my recollection to that is a little off. So there's really no oxidization. So that is actually a very good thing. Okay, I think I did mispronounce a word over there. It's oxidization. I think I said oxidation or something. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I mispronounce things all the time. Okay, and then for the liquid bronzer, I actually got this. We picked out this one by She Glam, and I think this is in Golden Sun. And from what I remember, in the summer, it was way too light. But let's see, now that I'm not self-tanning or anything, let's see how it does match my skin tone. So with this, I do find you do have to shake it. And I'm going to be kind of generous with it. Like I said, it does look a little light, maybe not. Because like I said, I'm not self-tanning, so it might be just the perfect shade now. So I'm just going to put a little bit on the side of my nose just to, create a little bit of dimension there. And a little bit under my lip. And then I'm going to take this here. This is the e.l.f. Actually, it's their putty blush or brush. But I love using this to blend in any kind of liquid bronzers. I think it just works really well. And it's kind of tiny, so it's going to keep everything, localized in one area, not spread it around too much. So yeah, you know what? The shade might really work with my skin tone right now. So it's actually quite perfect. It's not too orange. It's a nice cool tone shade. So yeah, I'm really liking this. But like I've said before, I do like She Glam's makeup. It's unfortunate that there is just so much controversy with it. And oh gosh, because especially with people on a budget, it's just, I don't know, just such a shame, because it's very good makeup. Okay, that She Glam really did add a little bit of color back into my face, which I'm super happy about. I was looking a little pale. Again, that foundation is slightly too light, but not too bad. Okay, the cream blush that we brought down is this one here by LYS, and this is in the shade Self Love. I cannot remember the last time I used this, but I'm super excited to try it out again. I remember when I was doing my declutter, it was starting to feel just slightly dry. So let's see how this goes. So I'm just going to use my brush here, and let's just tap it in a few times. So I have about that much on, and I'm just going to go slow. Again, I don't remember this formula, and I don't know if it's going to lift any makeup, because like I said, it was starting to feel just slightly dry. Nope, so I definitely can go back in a few more times, and let's just see. I'm going to use a light hand. Ooh, it's a really pretty shade. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm wondering if this is supposed to be like a cream to powder, because that's almost what it's looking like. I do feel like it did lift the makeup just slightly. Not too bad. And I was not using a very heavy hand at all. So it could be honestly that it's just gone a little bit too dry. Yeah, because even when I touch it, it does not feel as creamy. But now that I'm getting beneath this like top layer, that is feeling creamy. So what I think I'm going to do is probably take a brush and really clean this off and see if that makes a difference. But yeah, I just feel like it did kind of lift up my foundation slightly. And as you can see, it's just not super pigmented. So yeah, I'm not too sure about that. A blush anymore, because it's just a little old. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is first, let's see. I think I'm going to go and set my makeup and set everything down because these are all cream products. And what we chose here was by Kimchi, the Puff Puff Pass. I have not used this in so long. When I first started my channel, I mean, this is the only powder I honestly would use. So it is pretty finely milled. I'm just going to put a very light layer of powder just to set all these cream products down. And then what I think I'm going to use, what we picked out was the Huda Beauty Easy Bake, and this is called the Easy Bake and Snatch. I actually was gifted this from Huda, so I'm super excited about that. And this is in the shade Cupcake, and actually I think I have Cupcake in her loose powder, so it does come with like a little sponge here. So let's try the sponge, and I am just going to set the T-zone with this, and it really does brighten things up, and it's pretty undetectable on the skin. It's actually a very nice powder. Now, what I did find when I used this, I noticed it, more so when I put it under my eyes, is there's like a soft glow, not glitter or anything, but just some kind of glow. So I am just going to put a very light amount just right here in my inner corner and outer corner, because I don't want to use too much powder under my eyes, just to, because that can age them. And as you can see how that really did brighten my under eyes and right through here through the T-zone. So I actually really like this powder, but I do love her loose powder as well. Okay, so let's add just a little bit more color to my face, and let's go into, I think I brought down the LYS. I think this is the bronzer, and this is in the shade, yeah, this is in the shade Light. I'm just using very little of this LYS, and I'm using a very light hand. So I'm basically just tapping it maybe a couple times and just going to add just a little bit more warmth to my face. Add a little bit on the side of my nose, a little bit on my double chin here. And yeah, that really helped. It added a little bit more warmth into my skin. Okay, and for powdered blush, we picked out this here by LA Girl. And this is in the shade Just Playful. I love their blushes, so hopefully this will add even a little bit more color to these cheeks. Ooh, that is super pretty. Yeah, I do love their blushes. They're super smoothing on mature skin, and they do last for a very long time. And then for a setting spray, I brought down this here by Collab. I get this from Sally's. I have not used this in so long, but I do remember the spray on here is just amazing. Look at that. It is just a perfect spray. Okay, let's go back into the palette. I'm going to go into that plum shade and just add this on my outer corner. Now I went into that gray shade, just like I did on my upper lid. Okay, I've already curled my lashes, and the mascara we picked out was this one here by MAC. It's their Magic Extension. I honestly think I got this one of my boxes. I can't even remember, but this is what the wand looks like. So it's definitely an old school wand. And let's see how this applies. So right off the bat, it really grips the lashes. It's really separating the lashes. It's creating length and volume. So I am pretty happy with how this is working. I did not like their other one, that magnetic one. By the end of the day, my mascara was like all transferred under here. I had some transfer on my upper lid. Yeah, it was a hot mess. So, and I tried it several times. So I don't know. It just did not work for me. If it did work for you, I want to know. Let me know in the comment section if you had tried that other one, the magnetic one, and if you had the same problem. Okay, I did forget we brought down this by NYX. It's their jumbo pencil, and this is in the shade a cottage cheese. So I think this would be really nice in the inner corner, especially because that shimmer was a little bit darker than I had anticipated. So this will really brighten up this inner corner and pretty much the whole eye look. Ooh, I love these. These are just so perfect for the inner corner. Just makes everything so much easier to apply. So yeah, that really did help the eye look, I think, quite a bit. Okay, and I did forget that we did bring down this here. I've been wanting to show you guys this highlighter. It is such a beautiful highlighter by Trust Luce. Now, one side there is like a cream, and it does have like a little protector here. So I think I could put a little bit of cream over this powder. We will try it. So I'm just going to use my finger and just place a little bit. Oh, it is just so smooth, easy to use, just kind of melts right into your skin. And it doesn't look like it's lifting up the makeup under it, even though it is a cream. Yeah, not at all. But as you can see how natural that looks. So let's try this other side. And I'm just going to place a little bit right here. I'm not going to go crazy because I do want to place a little bit of the powder over it as well. And then I do just take my sponge and really just press that in. So now I'm going to take this other side here, the powder, just press it on a brush and just use a little bit in the areas where I don't want to use the cream, like on the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, and a little bit more. And this, woo, see how that really just really took that up a notch. But as you can see, it's not accentuating my fine lines and wrinkles. Okay, all we have left is the lips, and I'm so excited to finally bring this product out. I know I did a short on it already, but I haven't used it on my channel. So yeah, I'm super excited to show you this next part. But first I'm gonna line my lips. I'm gonna use my Rare Beauty in the shade Wise, her lip liner. I love this lip liner. It is so long lasting, super creamy. But let me take my wipe first and just wipe off my lips and just get any of the foundation that may be on it. So, because we want, this to look really nice. So now I am just going to line my lips. Again, this is super creamy. Oh, these are the best lip liners. As you can see, isn't that a beautiful shade? And I already did this look on Instagram, and these two go together beautifully. So I'm so excited. I'm finally bringing on this channel the Revie Beauty lipstick. So this is what the packaging looks like. And this is here, the bullet here, or the component. And it's like a rose gold. And I'm going to be using the shade Dahlia today. So I am so excited to finally show you this. But they are so creamy. And what's nice is you can just wear, super sheer, or you can keep building up on it and make it more drama. So I'm going to show you what just a thin, like one coat will look like. So as you can see, it's just very subtle. They're super creamy. It has like a nice shine to it. So you really don't have to wear a lip gloss at all. So let me show you now. I'm just going to build up on this. Oh, they feel so nourishing on the lips. I mean, is that not gorgeous? These are absolutely stunning. And these are all I've been using like for the past, ever since I received them. And I still got quite a bit of a product left. And that, I mean, there's a lot of product in this because I have been using this shade. It's in my purse constantly. I'm always reapplying it at work. And the nice thing about these is, they do come off or wear off, but they wear off really nice. There is still like a little bit of tint, after a few hours. So yeah, they just wear off just really, I don't know how to explain it. Just very lovely is the only word to explain it. But yeah, I just absolutely love her lipsticks. I love Eyeliner, you know how much I do. So I may be, a little biased on her product, but I mean, you can't deny how beautiful that shade is, the shine, how just nourished my lips look. And that's the other thing, I have very mature lips. Like I have a lot of fine lines, around the edges, and it really just smooths it down. Like I honestly don't have to wear a lip liner. So that's why I love her lipsticks. Anyway, so this is the final look. I'm actually super happy how it turned out. I was really nervous about the eye look, with this shimmer, but it actually looks really cool with the purple. You know, this would be a wonderful holiday look, you know, for Christmas or, oh, yeah, it actually is super pretty. Isn't it amazing though? Once you apply the rest of your makeup, you know, all of a sudden the eye look will really come together. All right, I'm super happy with the choices that I made, you know, the stuff that we brought down today. I guess the standout products to me that I really am just, you know, surprised over is I'm really happy with this foundation here. I'm so happy that I brought this down. I'm super happy that I brought down the She Glam. Yeah, I really do like it. It's a perfect little shade for my skin tone, especially right now. The only one that unfortunately I think has just gone bad is that cream blush. You know, that one, I just feel like it was lifting up my foundation a little bit. It just wasn't super pigmented like I just remember. So I'm definitely going to maybe, like I said, take off that fine film that's on the top. Maybe that has just hardened a little bit, but I'll keep you guys updated. I'll let you know how my makeup did last with this collab. So I'm super happy that I brought this down. I haven't used that in a hot minute, but other than that, I think my skin looks super healthy. This is beautiful. You know, if you have mature skin, as you can see, like it just gave that beautiful glow. Yeah, just super happy with today. I hope you guys are too. Hope you're happy with the choices I made with the makeup I brought down, and have a wonderful week. Stay healthy and safe. I can't wait to see you guys again. I love you so much. And until next time.